The Marvel Cinematic Universe continues to die right before our very eyes. Kevin Feige, a man that I've respected for years because of what he's done with the Marvel Cinematic Universe up to this point, he has really exposed himself to be another one of the crazy far-left Hollywood types. And Chris Evans, who plays Captain America, again, I respect him for what he's done with Captain America. You know, he's created one of the best superheroes of all time on film and all of that stuff, and I respect him for that. He is another one of the crazy far-left types of Hollywood, and, you know, that's been very apparent with everything that he's been saying on Twitter. He's very anti-Trump, he's very anti-Republican, very anti-right and all of that stuff. You know, he's very against all of that stuff, and he's always tweeting about it on Twitter. And, you know, for the most part, it doesn't really bother me. You know, Chris Evans can tweet about what he wants to tweet, and that's totally fine with me. You know, that's his viewpoint, and that's fine. You know, I don't feel like he needs to be silenced for that and stuff, and if he wants to do that, that's fine. Just, I really don't care what he tweets about, to be honest, as long as it doesn't bleed into what he's done with Captain America and what he's done for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Then yesterday, he came out with some very interesting things that he had to say about Tom Brady. Now, Tom Brady is on the Patriots football team. I'm going to be upfront here. I literally don't know anything about football. I don't know anything about sports in general, to be completely honest. I don't know much about Tom Brady, even. All I know is that up to this point, Chris Evans has been a huge Patriots fan, and he's been a fan of Tom Brady, I'm pretty sure, as well. Now he wants to cut ties with Tom Brady because he is a friend of Trump, he knows Trump, and he's a supporter of Trump. And so because of that, Chris Evans says he wants to cut ties with Tom Brady because of his beliefs, because of his opinions, because of his viewpoints. So let's take a look at what Chris Evans exactly said here. Evans wasn't afraid to get political in the interview when asked if he would play Super Bowl winning quarterback for the New England Patriots, Tom Brady, in a biopic. Evans said, "I really hope he's not a Trump supporter. I'm just hoping he's one of those guys that maybe supported him and now regrets it. Maybe he thought it was going to be different, and even that bothers me, but maybe there's a chance now he just thinks Trump's an absolute dumb S word, which he is. If he's still on that Trump train, I might have to cut ties. It's really tough." Evans indicates that he's willing to sever a friendship simply because said friend happens to support President Donald Trump. He then concludes, "I think maybe a couple of years ago I might have tried to pull some like mental gymnastics to compartmentalize, but I don't know if I can anymore, so I'm just hoping he's woken up." So obviously by woken up, he means that he hopes that Tom Brady is woke. And basically he just wants Tom Brady to have the exact same viewpoints and opinions that he does. And if he doesn't, then he's going to cut ties with him. I have so many friends in my life who have all sorts of different viewpoints, and they come from all sorts of different political backgrounds. They come from all sorts of religious backgrounds. I would never even think about cutting ties with them just because of their viewpoints and what they believe. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. And that's exactly what Chris Evans wants to do, and that's exactly what the people in Hollywood want to do and the people on the far left want to do. They want to cut ties, they want to silence, they want to just completely cut off everyone who has a viewpoint that doesn't align up with theirs, that doesn't fit their narrative, that doesn't fit their political agenda. That's exactly what Chris Evans wants to do here with Tom Brady, and it's insane. This is the tipping point for me and my respect for Chris Evans, because up to this point, I really couldn't give a crap about what he said on Twitter. You know, that's his business. But when you get to the point that you're going to cut ties with someone else because of their viewpoints that don't line up with yours, that's just insane, man. You know, once again, like I said, it just shows exactly what Hollywood is going through right now. But the thing that just puts this on a whole other level of insanity is that Kevin Feige has now come out and is endorsing everything that Evans has been saying on Twitter. He is a huge fan of Evans' political commentary. So, Evans discussed his social media presence and noted that Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige approves of his outspoken politics. Marvel has never said anything. On the contrary, when I bump into Kevin Feige, the first thing out of his mouth is, "Man, I love what you're doing on Twitter." The Hollywood Reporter would then go on to quote Feige, who had glowing praise for Evans' social media tactics. "I don't see it as trash talking. I see it as very astute, very honorable, very noble, very Cap-like. Commentary and questioning. I've said to him, you're merging. You and the character are merging." Ugh, this is just so cringe. This is actually so cringe. I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I don't think that Chris Evans has been completely wrong with everything that he said on Twitter politically, but for the most part, he's been pretty ridiculous, and the way that he's spoken so disrespectfully and all of that stuff of people in leadership, you know, it really just shows that he, that's not the way that Cap would act. I mean, doesn't that kind of defeat the whole purpose of Captain America Civil War, where, you know, he and Tony Stark obviously had very different opinions about the Accords and all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, at the end of Civil War, Captain America didn't kill Tony Stark for everything that they had been through in that movie, despite the fact that Tony Stark had very, very different viewpoints than he did. He didn't kill him at the end. Not only that, but he gave Tony Stark a phone and was like, "If you ever need me, if you ever want me back, just give me a call." Didn't matter about their viewpoints, because they knew at the end of the day they were both wanting to do the right thing, and, you know, obviously they both came at that at a very different angle, but they both wanted to do the right thing. But apparently cutting ties is the way to go now. If that's the case, then why didn't Steve Rogers not hand him the phone, and why didn't Steve Rogers be like, "I am never talking to you again, Tony Stark. I'm never talking to you again. I don't like your viewpoints." I mean, that's how he would have acted if he was going to follow in line with how he's acting in real life. Chris Evans and stuff, you know? Anyway, that's about it from this article, but it really just shows where Chris Evans and Kevin Feige are at right now, and this just really does not spell good news for the future of the MCU. Kevin Feige is woke, Chris Evans is woke, Brie Larson is woke. These are the three, arguably the three leaders of the MCU at this point. And all three of them are woke AF, and it's just not a good sign for Marvel moving forward. And it really breaks my heart to say that, but it's true, and you know, it's just not good. It's just not good, and I'm not looking forward to what's going to be happening with the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the next years to come. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I will talk to y'all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.